Hello and welcome to StudyIQ. Today we are going to talk about a news from Tamil Nadu. Recently, the Tamil Nadu State Legislative Assembly has passed a bill against the NEET examination, the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test for medical, Ayush, homeopathy and other courses. So we'll try to understand what exactly has happened here, what will be the repercussions, what was the trigger behind this particular decision. So all these things would be understood in this particular discussion. So stay tuned with me to get all those informations. I am your friend Rahul Saigaonkar. If you want to follow me, you can follow on the ID @RahulSai222. And if you are preparing for UPSC Civil Services Examination or State PSC Examination like the Tamil Nadu PSC, we do have courses here. Here's a list of all the state PSCs that we run. Just visit StudyIQ.com or download the app from Google Play Store to know more about us. Right, let's talk about the NEET examination. Now we all know that NEET is National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test and it is predominantly for the medical examination entrance, that is for UG and PG courses, not just for medical, not just for MBBS, but for Ayush, Unani, homeopathy and other allied courses also. Now if we talk about this NEET examination, it has been highly controversial right from the beginning. For instance, way back in 2013, the Supreme Court had suggested that NEET would be unconstitutional. But later on, the NEET exam was given sanction by the Supreme Court, by the apex court in India. And since 2017, we have the NEET examination. Now, before this, what used to happen? Before this, the state medical college admissions used to happen through the state quota itself, or else there was an AIPMT. But now, all the medical courses, all the admission to the medical courses, it happens through the NEET examination. We know this. And for this year, 2021, we know that NEET has already over. The NEET exam is already over. It took place on September 12, 2021. That means just a few days back, the NEET is over. But now there has been some sort of opposition from Tamil Nadu. Now let's talk about this Tamil opposition to NEET. It is nothing new, right? This is again in a series of opposition. Now another thing has come up with respect to NEET opposition in Tamil Nadu. Right from the beginning itself, I would say right from 2017, the state of Tamil Nadu has been opposing this particular examination. But why? There are many factors to this. Some factors that I've noted here is since 2017, they have been citing various reasons. And please remember, there are two mainstream parties in Tamil Nadu. One is DMK and one is AIADMK. And both these parties support this opposition to NEET exam. Try to remember this. Now, what do they cite? They cite that NEET goes against the spirit of federalism. They say that the central government is forcing this NEET examination on all the states. And what does Tamil Nadu say? Tamil Nadu says this goes against the spirit of social equality. Now, why does this happen? Many people from Tamil Nadu, they argue that NEET examination, a competitive examination, you need coaching for that, and people who are affluent, people who are wealthy, they can go for coaching and they can clear this NEET examination very easily. But what about the poor people? What about the people from rural background? Can they clear NEET? This is the question that they raise. Apart from that, they also cite the language issue, NEET examination language issue, which has been resolved. But the major bone of contention here is the syllabus of NEET examination. Tamil Nadu criticizes that NEET exam is based on the CBSE syllabus, which is very much different from the Tamil Nadu state syllabus. And that is why they recommend that we do not want NEET, we want a direct eligibility criteria to the medical courses through our own examination. That is the basic 12th examination from the state of Tamil Nadu. The marks of that would be considered and will give admission. That is what they argue. Apart from that, there is one more argument. They suggest that we have our colleges, right? We have our colleges in Tamil Nadu, we have built the infrastructure, we have medical colleges. Then why should we allow people from other states, those who clear examination in NEET, they can get all India seats anywhere in India. So why should students from other states should come in Tamil Nadu and learn when we have our own infrastructure? Now, there is one criticism against this also. Mainly, if you look at the medical colleges in Tamil Nadu, there are many, the infrastructure is pretty decent. In fact, the healthcare infrastructure in Tamil Nadu is also very good. This is also one of the arguments that the political parties give, that our system is running very fine, our medical colleges are running very fine. That is why our healthcare system is also running fine. Why intervene through NEET? But one criticism is that if you look at the medical colleges, many of the medical colleges in Tamil Nadu have stakes of their own local politicians. the people who are against this particular protest of Tamil Nadu, they cite that in these medical colleges, there is some sort of vested interest from the politicians. But nonetheless, they have been opposing continuously. And in a slew of oppositions, now another opposition has come just the next day after the NEET was on 12 September 2021. The very next day, on 13 September, Tamil Nadu passed a bill against NEET. That means we will not implement NEET this year in Tamil Nadu. That is the bill that has been passed. The question now arises, what happened because of which this particular issue has arisen? See, an incident took place just a day before the NEET exam. NEET exam was on 12th September. A day before that, on 11th September, a youth from Tamil Nadu committed suicide from a village in Tamil Nadu. And although there was no suicide note, suicide letter, but the prima facie reason is being suggested, it is because of the exam pressure of NEET. And it is being highlighted that the student was supposed to give his third attempt at NEET. In the previous two attempts, he was unsuccessful in cracking the NEET. So because of the exam pressure, he committed suicide. And now this led to immediate issue, and the DMK, the ruling DMK, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, he introduced the bill and he immediately got the bill passed also. Now, if you remember, a similar kind of incident had happened in 2017 also. In 2017, another student, a female student who was the topper from Tamil Nadu board, she got around 96% marks but could not crack the NEET exam. She committed suicide. After that also, a very similar kind of furore had happened, and at that time, the government was AIADMK. But this time, again, a political blame game has started after the suicide. It's very sad that politicization of this particular issue is happening. The opposition, AIADMK, has blamed the Dravida Munnetra Kadagam for the death of student. The Dravida Munnetra Kadagam chief, M.K. Stalin, has put the blame on the center, suggesting they are the ones who are forcing NEET on us. And immediately he said that we will be passing a bill in the assembly very soon to permanently exempt, remember, to permanently exempt Tamil Nadu from the ambit of NEET. In fact, I told you about the previous incident, right? When AIADMK was in the rule, that time also very similar thing happened. AIADMK passed two bills where they exempted Tamil Nadu from NEET application at that time. An issue had happened 3 years back also. Now, what exactly happened in this bill? There was a lot of opposition. Although AIADMK wanted to discuss the bill, the other opposition party, BJP, they walked out of this particular discussion. In fact, BJP's head there, Annamalai, he has said that this entire issue, who is to be blamed? Again, DMK is to be blamed for this entire issue. But why the bill was passed? What was the reasoning behind this particular bill? See, when the bill was introduced, in the preamble of the bill, it highlighted that this entire bill, which permanently exempts Tamil Nadu from application of NEET, it is based on the recommendation of a high-level committee under Judge A.K. Rajan, who submitted his report in July 2021. Now, there are some excerpts from this particular report where the committee apparently suggested that NEET is not in the interest of Tamil Nadu. And the committee, it went through around 86,000 representations, majority of which say we do not want NEET. In fact, the report highlighted that NEET has clearly undermined the diverse societal representation in the MBBS and higher medical seats in Tamil Nadu. It has favored the affluent segment of the society, and the most affected groups in Tamil Nadu are from Tamil medium, from rural background. They are not able to get into the medical colleges. The panel basically concluded that if the NEET examination is to continue in Tamil Nadu for few more years, then it would lead to a catastrophic impact on Tamil Nadu's healthcare system itself. It suggested that there would be no people to be posted in the primary health centers or the government hospitals, because all will be wealthy doctors and none of them would want to come to the primary health centers. So immediately they said immediate steps are needed to eliminate NEET from being used as admission program for the medical courses at all the levels, not just for UG, for PG, everywhere. NEET is to be scrapped, basically, to put it very, very simply. Now, this was mentioned in the preamble about this committee, and the bill was passed. The bill contained provisions where it said that NEET would be exempted. Basically, medical aspirants would be exempted from writing NEET in Tamil Nadu, and the NEET admissions to UG as well as PG for medical courses, for homeopathy, for Ayush, Unani, it would now take place through the qualifying examination, that is 12th standard examination in Tamil Nadu, through some sort of a normalization formula. Although there are no details of this normalization formula as of now, but just remember Tamil Nadu has passed a bill where they say to get medical admission in colleges in Tamil Nadu, you don't need to give NEET, you simply need to pass your 12th examination with good marks, and those marks would be considered for your admission itself. Now the bill also said that it tries to uphold the social justice, equality and equal opportunity to all, because it is now equal for all, for rich people also, for poor people also. There is no need for NEET, there is no need for coaching, etc., etc. That's the bill that has been passed. Now the future is very uncertain as of now, but this is the development till now. Now you must be thinking, so today Tamil Nadu has done it, tomorrow some other state can do it. Do they have powers to do it? Now Tamil Nadu cited that we do have powers. If we look at the Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution, there are 3 lists. There is a center list, there is a state list, and there is a concurrent list. Now on concurrent list subjects, both center and state can make their own laws. Although if there is a conflict, then the central law will prevail. So more or less here the central law is going to prevail, but the reasoning that was given here was the entry 25 of the concurrent list. It says education including technical education. Please note here medical education and universities are subject to provisions of other entries in the union list, but still in the concurrent list state can also make the powers. That is the reasoning that has been highlighted by Tamil Nadu. So if you have a question that can they do it, see, constitutionally it's quite possible, but if there is a tussle, again, which law will prevail? The central law will prevail. So as of now, legally it is fine, and quite sure this is going to be challenged. So you must be thinking, if you are an aspirant of NEET, if you have written examination in Tamil Nadu, you must be going through this big issue of question mark. What is going to happen in Tamil Nadu? I do not know. What next is quite uncertain, because what we can speculate is there is now going to be a tussle between Union of India versus state of Tamil Nadu. Again, what is going to happen? I'll tell you the story what happened last time. I told you in 2017 when a similar thing happened, the AIADMK had brought 2 bills which exempted Tamil Nadu from the NEET examination. But what happened at that time? Both the bills were reserved by the governor. Now we know that the governor has the powers under Article 200 and Article 201 to reserve the bills for himself, or he can even forward it to the President of India. That means ultimately it is up to the central government to decide over the bills. And nothing happened at that time. The central government was criticized that it was obstructing the decisions of state of Tamil Nadu, and this time also we can speculate a very similar thing might happen. The governor of Tamil Nadu might forward this to the President of India for assent, and this entire issue would elongate further, and the fate of the students would rather be in a limbo. But do remember that there is a lot of politics which is involved with respect to this NEET examination right from before with respect to Tamil Nadu. The second repercussion would be on the center-state relations, because today Tamil Nadu has done it. They have passed a bill to permanently exempt themselves from the NEET. Tomorrow another state might come and we might see a big center-state issue over the NEET. There are some states who have reservation, but Tamil Nadu is the foremost one which has huge reservations. So let's wait and watch what exactly is going to happen. As of now, Tamil Nadu has already passed the bill. Let's see if it will be assented, if it becomes an act, or it will lead to a tussle between center and states. So do wait and watch for this particular section on StudyIQ. We will continuously try to cover it as soon as possible. That's it right now from my side. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.